Good body shot and a combination. Arguello, wobbly.
What a combination by Brown.
And down goes Arguello for the third time of the fight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he's not getting up. Alexis Arguello says enough.
What hand speed for Aaron Pryor to still possess at this late stage of the fight. He got Arguello in trouble, and he knew exactly what to do, how to finish him off, and really showing great durability.
You saw a former champion say that is it.
As in their first fight, Arguello...
6 pounds from New York, John LoCicero. In the blue corner, wearing white trunks with multicolored trim, at 24 years of age, his professional record, 17 victories, 2 defeats, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall at 161 pounds, from Detroit, Michigan, William Caveman Lee. It's 10 rounds of middleweight boxing action.
Bill Caveman Lee in the white trunks, John LoCicero in the green trunks. Tremendous knockout ratio for these two middleweights. Caveman Lee is 17-2. Among his 17 wins, 16 knockouts. John LoCicero is 16-5. He has 13 knockouts. Both of these middleweights are 24 years old. LoCicero at 5'8½", Caveman Lee at 5'10". LoCicero weighed 156. Caveman Lee today had to lose 4 pounds to come in at 161.
And we'll see what effect that may have on him. He had to lose those pounds in the heat of Detroit today, and that may be a factor here as he faces LoCicero.
Scheduled for 10 rounds, a pair of banging middleweights.
And while LoCicero has a great right hand, and we saw Jerry Holly put Lee down, his manager, Howard Albert, insists it will be the left hook that knocks Caveman Lee to the canvas, if in fact that happens.
They trade left hooks. Another left hook by Lee, but that was blocked by LoCicero. Right hand lead by Lee missed. And Lee looks like he wants to get off quickly. LoCicero banging the body. In Michigan, it's the 10-point must system. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. And on a knockdown, there is a mandatory 8 count.
And LoCicero so far has thrown about 3 shots below the board, a little bit low, and he's trying to bring that guard down. Caveman Lee.
Lee looked very sharp with a couple of jabs, a right to the body. Caveman Lee at 17-2. Began his career with 7 straight knockouts. And of the 7, 6 were in the first round. This fight is only a minute old. Lee with a left hook. LoCicero bangs the body. Lee with a left hook again. And it was LoCicero backed away.
And LoCicero hit him with a good right hand there, but Caveman didn't flinch. And we know that right hand of John LoCicero has power in it. It's produced many of those 13 KOs.
Of the 2 defeats suffered by Lee, one of them was to our eventual champion in the middleweight division in our ESPN tournament, Frank the Animal Fletcher.
And it's no disgrace to lose to Fletcher.
Lee is ranked 9th by the WBA, 17th by Ring Magazine. LoCicero is yearning to get that world ranking. All those punches blocked by Lee.
And LoCicero is lunging a lot early in this fight, and that's a bad habit against Caveman, who has those lightning quick hands that can put your lights out with a counter right hand as you're coming in.
Another good jab by Lee, and he has started smartly here tonight. LoCicero takes a right hand, then ducks. Lee was short with the uppercut and the left.
And LoCicero has not gotten untracked yet in this fight. He looks very tight and stiff so far in this first round.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the opening round. This is the first action for John LoCicero since he lost a 10-round decision to Roberto Sabater. And he takes a left hook and takes another left hook.
And I think that right hand in that exchange hurt him a little bit. Caveman is hitting him with some real shots.
Capable of taking anybody out with one shot. And they say LoCicero has the hardest right hand in the middleweight division. That's quite a bit of praise, and that comes from Randy Gordon, the editor of Ring Magazine. Round 2, scheduled for 10. That's Lee in the white, LoCicero in the green. And LoCicero is eating a lot of jabs from Lee.
Lee's jab is working beautifully in this fight, and it will set up the right hands that he followed with earlier in that first round, and that could be a problem for LoCicero. If he keeps eating those jabs, a right hand will follow, and that may be what puts him down.
LoCicero is managed by Howie Albert, who was in the corner of Emil Griffith all those years in their championships. Just a minute gone in the second round. In that first round, both Al and I gave it to Lee, 10-9.
And LoCicero has been very awkward so far in this fight, just trying to land a big right hand, and he's not set that punch up very well so far.
And here in the second, it's LoCicero who is trying to be more aggressive, and Lee counterpunching. There you saw Lee working the jab. And LoCicero looked indecisive in that last start of the flurry that never came about.
Yeah, Lee has him very, really, he's going in with great trepidation each time, and I think he's a little concerned about getting nailed with these counter shots, and certainly that left jab, which he's eaten considerably during this fight.
LoCicero on the green is letting Lee steal this round with jabs. Lee missed with that right hand. Less than a minute to go in the second round, and both of these heavy-hitting middleweights respect each other so much. We've had very little fighting on the inside. LoCicero just tagged Lee with a right hand. Now LoCicero's got him at close quarters, but Lee battles back with a right hand and then a right uppercut.
And that right hand landed right on the button, but Lee did not flinch, and he's doing some great counterpunching in the corner.
Caveman Lee is really showing us some class here. He was cornered by LoCicero, and he is pounding his way out. He tagged LoCicero with a left hook, comes up with a right uppercut. LoCicero isn't doing anything at all as this second round is coming to a close.
Well, I think Lee demoralized him a little bit. He took that big right hand, and he didn't even move.
Now LoCicero hammers Lee with a left hook. Lee with a left hand of his own. A right hand by Lee. A left hand by Lee. A right uppercut by Lee. And there's the bell. The second round in slow motion as Caveman Lee was cornered, but he rumbled well and actually did most of the punching on John LoCicero of New York.
And we see Lee punching his way out of the corner there, and he did some great counter-punching in that corner.
Round 3 scheduled for 10. That's LoCicero in the green, Lee in the white. Neither fighter's been down, neither fighter's been cut. And they certainly have kept their distance, except for that last 30 seconds of the previous round. They've been fighting each other from long range.
I think they've got a lot of respect for each other's punching power. And so far, Caveman Lee is dictating the terms on which this fight is being fought. He's staying out. Oh, good right hand by LoCicero. That stunned Caveman.
And LoCicero took a shot as he moved in, a glancing blow. Not a heavy right hand. Not too much damage. That's a slip by LoCicero as he moved back. Don't you get the feeling that this could end in one punch?
Absolutely. There is a certain electricity here, and both these fighters, everybody knows, has the power. And LoCicero has shown us that he is not a boxer. He's a banger. He's got an awkward style, but boy, he's ready to unleash lightning at any minute. Caveman with two good uppercuts off the ropes.
That's been a punch that LoCicero has been eating since the opening bell. An uppercut.
And I'm surprised at LoCicero's inactivity. He's not been a busy fighter.
Look at them measuring each other. Halfway through round 3. LoCicero tried a body shot with the left and missed. Tried a right cross to the head and missed as well.
LeCicero needs to put some punches together. He's thrown really no combinations in this fight, unlike Lee, who's been punching in combinations.
First, LeCicero and his manager, Harry Albert, knowing coming into here to Detroit that they've got to be busy and aggressive because it'll be tough to get the nod in Lee's hometown. Less than a minute to go in round 3.
Big left hook by Caveman, and I think that shook up John LeCicero. And he's holding on right now. Now he's in trouble.
And LeCicero failing to tie up Lee, and it cost him because he was hit in the body with a tremendous right hand by Lee in that last exchange. Caveman Lee, trim at 161 pounds, not showing any ill effects so far of having to lose 4 pounds today to make the weight. Less than 30 seconds to go. And that situation could change later in the fight if it gets old.
Absolutely, and again, we don't want to be redundant, but the heat becomes a factor because